All right, pull this up on your phone and see if this microphone works. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Does the microphone work?
Does the microphone work?
I mean, I can hear
know
you
if it's
fine.
my
I don't know if
computer.
it's like... Oh gosh.
I'll just turn that off. That's all right. Oh man, Cecily. Oh, there we go.
That's it. That's a good, yeah. That works.
Ah. Hey guys, what's up? We can't really tell if the microphone works or if it's just my computer, but we're gonna use the microphone today. We're glad you're here, Colin and Catherine and Claire and Hadley and Hudson and Darcy and Emily and Huddy and Zach. Yeah. We got the whole crew live.
I know, it's a lot of friends.
You gotta use the mic, sis.
That's a lot of friends. Look at it.
Here, we can use. I don't know if it works.
I really don't think it does. I feel like, wouldn't you have to plug it in?
It is plugged in.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I don't really know if it's working.
I don't know.
Can y'all still hear me? All right.
Yeah,
good job.
You can hear us.
All right, so Cecily, I don't know if your mic works or if my mic works, but I like the idea of talking on a mic. I don't know, it's fun.
Feels professional.
Deal. It feels so cool.
I am May the 4th be with you. It's that day.
Oh.
My dad has a meme he likes of like Johnny Cash holding a lightsaber, and he posts that every May 4th.
Every May the 4th?
For like years upon years. I don't know what it's from, if it's supposed to be referencing anything, really, like, or if someone just randomly photoshopped Johnny Cash with a lightsaber. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, May the 4th doesn't really mean anything to me because, Cecily, I hate to tell you this, but I have never, ever seen any Star Wars movies. Ever.
Not even like the old ones,
Nope.
The classic ones, just nothing?
No.
Oh.
I can do the Chewbacca sound really well, though.
Oh, good. I can't really.
Oh, wait, hold on.
That is good.
I did it on the 7th and 8th grade girls' Zoom this last week when I saw Ashley.
I was
like, Ashley.
It was alarming.
Yeah, never, ever seen a Star Wars movie. So I told my last youth ministry that like day one, and they were like, "We're gonna get you to watch one tomorrow." 3 years later, never watched one. So.
Yeah, I remember saying that about the Lord of the Rings. I had never watched the Lord of the Rings, and I had a friend like that weekend locked me in a room, like with snacks, and then the two of us, and just sat down. It had to have been at least 10 hours.
Oh yeah, those movies are crazy long.
I still have a friend who tried to get me to do the Harry Potter stuff, and she tried for 3 years to make it happen, but I was like actively on my phone, not paying attention the whole time, and she knew it. So I've rewatched elements of all the movies 20 times, but I can't tell you the plot of any of them.
Yeah, me neither. I
just can't get into it.
The whole science fiction thing is not like my cup of tea. I can't like Harry Potter. I went to the premiere of the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and with a buddy, and it was in 3D, and we got these Harry Potter 3D glasses and everything, but he paid for my ticket, and I don't remember anything about the movie, and I didn't remember I didn't know anything other than Harry Potter played Quidditch before that. Like, didn't know anything about it. So I have seen Lord of the Rings though, but because that's not just like sci-fi, it's like action sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like,
I was into Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
I like Lord of the Rings. So, but yeah, Star Wars, never seen it.
I tried to watch the new ones because I like Adam Driver as an actor who plays, I don't even know his name. I don't know the name of the character, but he's the guy in the all black, and he's a
Darth
bad
Vader?
guy. No, is he Darth Vader's kid? Do you guys know?
Luke is Darth Vader's kid, right?
Or not Darth Vader.
I know some about Star Wars. I've just never seen it before.
I don't know.
Like Luke Skywalker?
Kylo Ren. That's the guy.
Oh, Kylo.
I like
okay.
Adam. I've watched Adam Driver in a lot of other things, and he's really funny and really good. And so I wanted to watch it. I was on a flight. Maybe it was when I was coming back from Russia. So it was like a 9-hour flight. I had ample time to watch this movie, and so I put it in, and I couldn't do it. I got like 40 minutes in, and I was falling asleep, and I was just like, I can't do it. And I didn't even want to sleep. I just didn't want to watch the movie, so I found a different movie.
Yeah,
and I never went back.
The crazy thing about planes is, like, for me, I can't sleep on a plane. Like, it's impossible for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like when we were on our way back from Spain, I watched like 6 movies. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I had one of my youth pastors growing up went to Israel, and she and some friends watched all of Downton Abbey. Like, it's multiple, and each episode is like an hour long. In like British television, it's very common. And they watched, I think, there and back, finished all of them.
That's a lot.
It's really
That's a lot. I tried to download How I Met Your Mother, like several seasons of it, and it, like, my iPad just went like crazy trying to download all of that stuff. But granted, I did try to download it on Netflix, so I don't know if like, but How I Met Your Mother is not on American Netflix, but it is on European Netflix. So was that even a thought to you that different countries would have different stuff on their Netflix?
No, but I did encounter this on Netflix when there was a film I really wanted to watch. Maybe it was like Pan's Labyrinth or something. I just, out of like, for no good reason, I just really wanted to watch this movie, and I kept typing it into Netflix, and it showed that it was there. But then every time I would click it, it said not available in your country. And I was so mad. And then it was like a weird Matrix glitch moment of like every movie that I was searching that I really wanted to watch, it was not available in my country. And so I guess it was.
That's booty.
Other places. But I was genuinely upset about it. I was like, why us? Why
yes.
me?
I feel like Netflix was originated in America, right? So like everything that's on Netflix in every country should be in America.
First dips.
Yeah, right? But man. But I don't know. So yeah, different countries have different Netflix content. That's crazy. So guys, this is Justin's office. This is Justin Smith, our college minister's office. It's kind of cool. He's got some microphones because they do a lot of podcasts. We don't even know if these microphones work. If you didn't hear that already, we I don't know if Cecily liked the idea of it or not, but I liked the idea of having a microphone.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I like watching all those like cool guys on different YouTube things, like feel really professional. Or like Rhett and Link when they do their podcast, and even though they record it, so you can like watch them do it, it just feels like next level.
For sure.
Mics.
For sure. And even if they don't work, and it's your computer mic,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's funny. So
it's just for us.
Yeah, they do podcasts in here twice a week, actually. I think they record their sermons, or they record their lesson from Sundays that they do during our Sunday school time, and then they also have like a conversation every week. So between him and Manny and Katie Ann, the two associates, Manny and Katie Ann. So yeah, but do you see those 3 medals on the wall over there, Cecily?
I do.
The gold, the silver, and the bronze. I actually put those up on his wall like my first week when I got here, because I found those in my office, and I was like, I'm not going to use these. And so then I put them in Justin's office. So, and Justin hasn't taken them down, apparently.
That's nice. It's got a nice full year layout going.
But he hasn't done anything on that calendar. I don't know. Like, I wonder if anything on that calendar
is shooting bars.
Yeah. He has like the whole year.
Maybe.
The whole year is on his wall. And maybe not the whole year.
No, I think
it's a couple months, minus 2 months.
I think it's like the school year.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
August through May.
That would make sense since he like functions in college ministry world. Yeah, the semesters. But not everything is even on there, I don't think, that he's done / they haven't done some of the things on there, or things have changed on there, or whatever it was.
But he really made an effort.
Yeah, he really did make an effort to be organized. For sure. For sure. And he's got some books.
Yeah.
He's got some good books. Yeah. All right. But this is my favorite part of his office, this make disciple makers type of thing. What does that mean to you guys? Does that mean anything to you guys? Make disciple makers? Does make disciple makers mean anything to you guys?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay, Darcy said, I guess,
Sure,
but
I
what
think
does it
something.
mean? What does make disciples makers mean? Make disciple makers mean. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. Whatever. Oh, Megan, you don't know what verse that is?
Little Matthew 28.
Hey, how much
I'll let
did
you
you
figure out the verse. But end of Matthew moment.
It's also known as what? The Great
Commission.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Great
Correct.
Commission at the end of Matthew. Yes, that's right. That's where that comes from. So, yeah, that's where that comes from. But what does it mean in your life? Okay. Go and spread the word, and they will share it with others. Yeah. That's a decently adequate definition. Not that you're not adequate in any way, Catherine, but there we go. So, I think what make disciple makers means is like, and I would even argue that you're not a disciple until you've made a disciple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I that track.
Yeah. So the definition of a disciple is very simple, right? It's just being a follower of somebody, of something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you could be a disciple of something horribly wrong, right? Like utterly wrong and just blasphemous even. But in our case, we know disciples to be people that follow Jesus, right? And so to be a disciple maker, you need to be a disciple yourself, but you also need to make people that make disciples, right? They're like produce disciple people that produce disciples, that make disciples, right? So making disciples is super important. Yeah. It's a super important part of our religion.
Yeah. So I took a class, a world religions class in college, and a big part of that class is at the end of the semester. So we had studied all the like major religions, and then we were going to go to Austin because Austin has a worship site of every major religion. So we went to a Buddhist temple, we went to a Hindu. There's a massive Hindu temple that's dedicated to the god Ganesha, the elephant one, the little elephant face. Cool looking guy. But it was a massive temple of all these gods. We went and we talked to them. We went to a Muslim, an Islamic school, but during their Friday service, so they have Friday prayer that day, and then we spent some time with some students and got to talk with them. So with the girls, we had to wear full hijab and everything, and it was really fun. They were super sweet. Went to a Jewish synagogue. So really cool. We were going to all these worship places, but one thing that surprised us the most is that we were like, yes, going into a Hindu temple, that's going to be weird. All of that is going to be foreign to us. I mean, having altars to all these gods set up. Sure, like we knew that, but we felt like maybe being with Jewish people and in a service where like we were in their worship services. So we were reading the Old Testament and stuff. Like these are our scriptures too. We're like, this will be really nice. We'll share a lot of things and it'll feel almost like familiar. Like it'll be really nice. But surprisingly, as we were driving back to Brownwood and we were talking about our experiences that day, we were shocked to find that that was actually one of the most bizarre experiences. Like I felt way more comfortable in mosque and a Friday prayer and like talking with Muslim students than I did in the Jewish service. And I think when we were thinking about that, it came down to Judaism is not a proselytizing, what's the word for evangelizing religion. So they don't care about making like having Jewish more Jews is not the thing they care about as far as like getting people to convert to what they believe. And so it felt really strange to say we so closely believe on like who God is, but I feel like it's so important to bring, if like this is the truth of who God is and who we are as people, like I have to bring other people into that. Yeah, that's just a natural response to knowing what is true and good.
I talked about that the other day.
And for that to not be like, they just didn't care at all I mean, so we were talking with the rabbi and like did not care at all about things. It was even lamenting, like we were just having people, you know, they don't come as much, or I think like they're supposed to bring, the idea is they'll have food. So people will volunteer to bring food and you can like eat together, like have some snacks and talk afterward. And the rabbi was saying less and less people are doing that because they're just not involved anymore. And I said, well, then why don't you try to like bring in more people to the to the thing? And so no, we actually like have a practice of you turn people away 3 times, and if they really want to be Jewish, then we'll let them be Jewish. So I don't know. That was a really strange thing to me, to be so defined by disciple making, that it was really weird to encounter another religion that didn't feel like having the true understanding of who God is.
And Jesus was like known as the King of the Jews, so it's like the thing that he did. Weird. Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, it was a shock. It was a shock to us for that religion in particular.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day on that I don't know, question and answer session that I had with you guys the other day, and I talked about the idea of coexisting and why that's such bunk. Like why that's so ridiculous, and why that should be ridiculous in the mind of every Christian, because if we have the truth, we should want to go openly and share the truth, right? Yeah. And most religions say that they have the truth, but to say, hey, we're going to turn you away 3 times, and if you really want to become part of our religion, like that just seems crazy to me.
Yeah,
it just seems crazy to me. But so that's like fixed it. Yeah, don't talk to Justin, guys. Don't tell him that we were even in his office,
because he doesn't know. I mean, in case you were wondering, we were like, "Hey, Justin, can we be?" No, false.
Yeah, heck no.
There was no communication.
I was like, "Hey, Cecily, you want to host this in Justin's office?" And she was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Deal, let's do it." So, yeah. But anyhow, so Cecily, tell us something. I don't know, the most exciting thing that you did this last week.
The most exciting thing I did. I did finish up writing some big papers, so that was exciting to like.
Good, like get the semester done.
Just to get done with something, and they were my hardest papers. I still have like
I feel like I remember you talking about this on Sunday morning, but you did like all 3 in the same day.
I did. Well, I had 5 due throughout the week, but I had 3 due on one day, and so I felt I was probably the most accomplished I've ever been. Is that instead of putting something off to like Saturday, I really did do one of them the night before, and I finished it, and it was good. But I did some cool research during the course of the week. Like for my Hebrew class, I had to translate Psalm 96 with my own translation and then compare it to other things. And so I got to learn a lot about praise and like what does it mean to praise God. Cool. And Psalm 96 in particular is usually it's talking to Israel because it's a liturgical hymn, so they would sing it in their services, or like so in Second Chronicles or First Chronicles, I think 16, you see them using it in like the Ark of the Covenant as David is moving that. But it's not directed just to Israel. It's a global praise, so like everyone participates in that. So it was cool to think about that. As far as like the language is concerned, and I have learned like in my language learning that it really is like we read a translation of the Bible, and so all translation involves interpretation, and so to like go to the original language and see the kind of all the nuances that we just don't get in our language is really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. My coolest thing that I did this week is not at all that spiritual at all. So,
that's okay.
But the coolest thing that I did this week, this last weekend, we went to Granbury, which is where Allie's parents live, and they have a lake house there. And so we took Judah and Charlie, who's our dog, and we went up there for, I think we got there like Friday, and left Saturday afternoon. So we were only there for like a day and a half max. But it was super fun. I got to play golf a little bit by myself. Yeah. Judah rode on a golf cart.
That's fun.
But,
That's
or
always a
not
good
by
time.
himself. Not by himself though. So that it was really fun. We went swimming. They have a pool. The water was really stinking cold. Like Judah was like shaking. He was so cold, but he was saying more, more,
great.
more. I'm like, I just want to go more. And so that was hilarious. But ever since we got home, he's actually been saying golf cart.
Really?
Like he's been going
So
golf
good.
cart, golf cart, golf cart, golf cart, golf cart. And we're like, no, Judah, we don't have a golf cart. And he'll say it like 50 billion times because he got to go on the golf cart with Daddy. He got to go on the golf cart with Gigi. He got to go on the golf cart with Chief and Mama and Aunt Emily. And like got to go on the golf cart so much, but he just wants to do it all the time now.
It's converted.
So if you want to donate to the Buy Judah a Golf Cart fund,
Start a GoFundMe.
yeah, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page because golf carts are ridiculously
They're
expensive.
Stupid expensive.
Like, how much would y'all think a golf cart is? Without Googling, how much would you say? I think this is how much a golf cart is worth. What would your guess be, Cecily?
I really don't even know. I remember I had a good friend who she had one when I lived in Florida, and I remember I was like, Dad, we should get one. And he looked, and it was something stupid. I mean, it was like multiple thousands. Like it.
So we're not even talking like a customized golf cart.
No,
we're talking just like a standard easy go golf cart.
Oh, I can't see that far away.
I think he is telling you he wants to play golf.
Mayhaps.
I love
He's a
playing golf
golfer.
actually. And oh, you mean Judah? You think Judah is wanting? Yeah. Maybe, but he's not on the like LPGA like you are, Emily. Like he's not this professional, and he's not going to be
Exactly.
Unless he. I don't know. I suck at golf, but I love playing it.
I mean, living in Florida, that's everything. If it wasn't a swamp, it was a golf course. I was surrounded by it, but I just never got it.
That's
I
fun.
Never got into it.
That's fun. So Zach says 1,500. Colin says 2,000. Zach says 3,000 again. Emily laughs at us. I think the cheapest, like if I was gonna go brand new golf cart, like run of the mill, even like a gas powered golf cart or a battery powered golf cart, we're talking like $5,500 brand new.
That's why.
And that's not even like a customized one with like nice wheels and like painted some non-ugly color. Like $5,500 for a golf cart. It's like, what?
Man. That doesn't make me, respect like around Baylor campus. I mean, there's a ton of golf carts going around because they'll use them to like transport students or guests.
And those are like
place
the
to place.
big, those are like
And
the
so
six
so they have like the
carts.
normal ones, and then they have those big ones, and I'm like, that's where tuition money is going.
That's a lot.
That's where our money's going to buy these golf carts.
Man, so DBU has a couple of those like 6-person, 8-person golf carts. They're massive. But we bought when I was on staff at DBU, we bought this like kind of like a mule thing.
Oh,
so it's like a little bigger than a golf cart, goes faster than a golf cart, made to do more things, right? But we bought it for our security team, and this mule, I don't know why we bought this expensive a mule, but this mule was $42,000. But guess how fast this mule went? Guess how fast this mule went, Emily or Cecily?
Would it go as fast as like a regular car?
Guess.
Would it go up to like 60 or 70?
Give me your guess. Give me your guess of how fast you think this mule went.
Yeah, I don't know, 60. I just can't.
Megan,
imagine
yes,
it going
I think
so
I'll
fast.
just buy a car for $5,500 instead of a golf cart. Absolutely.
Yeah, I bought
or
my used
$42,000
car cheaper than that, and I mean, as a used car, it's not a great car, but it's like it was cheaper than that. Like,
so your guess of how fast a mule will go? Colin says 100. Megan says 75.
Yeah, it's just outside of my realm of imagination to think it goes over 60.
So 60 max.
I feel like 60 max, but I'm sure you're going to say it's way more than that. I don't know.
I am, because
Closer than 100.
So one of the security guards that was like that we were friends with, he did a night shift stuff. So night shift security guards really just drove around campus the entire time. And so on our campus, like in the front of our campus, there was this really long straight road, and we had 2 gates in between, and
Mhm.
like you would have to go to different things, and they would go around and just patrol around the whole campus, right? So in the middle of a shift one time, he decided to see how fast this new mule would go, topped it out 110. 110 miles an hour. He even turned the lights on. Like, it had police lights, and he turned the lights on and went down this road at 110 miles an hour.
Gosh.
In a mule. Like, crazy, right?
I just-
$42,000 for a mule. I could buy a new truck for
I mean, that's what I'm saying. At that
$42,000.
point, buy, like, get a proper
For reals.
vehicle.
But
Like, it's gonna
this
cost
mule
them.
didn't even just have, like, the lights and, like, wasn't just, like, amped up to be able to go 110 miles an hour. They had this thing like with a front bump, like a grill guard thing, all kinds of like speaker systems on it. They had, so this was like past top of the line. They had like 2 like AR-15 slots in the middle of it. Like a DBU security guard is going to need to use the AR-15. It's like, what the heck is going on?
Oh my
But the year after we got this, DBU started its own police department.
Really? Wow.
So Baylor has a police department.
Yeah.
But Baylor has a lot more money than DBU does.
But I mean, being at Little Howard Payne, though, we always joke that, like, I mean, under Baylor, like, DBU was the rich kid's school. Like, it had money.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
DBU has money. So, yeah, I mean, but that would be a fun campus, though, to have a vehicle, like, or a mule, because it's so, like, hilly and fun. Like, it would be fun to be recklessly driving.
I love driving on our campus. So the grounds crew had these gator things, and so a little bit smaller than a mule, but they didn't nearly go 110 miles an hour. Like, that you had to. So our mechanic would install a governor on all of them before we even, like, he would pull them off the trailer, put them in the shop, put a governor on them, and then we would get them. But we figured out, like, my junior year, that there was a way around the governor. So, and it was really easy. You could do it while you were driving.
Gosh.
So all you would do is you would lean down, like you would be holding the steering wheel. You would lean down, and right behind the gas pedal, there's the throttle cable, and you would pull on the throttle cable, and it would disengage the governor.
Yeah.
And so we would be able to go. I think the fastest we could go was probably like 35, which was crazy for us because the governor was like all the way down to like 15 or like 20.
Anything, I'm sure.
And so it was so fun to drive those mowers fast, or to drive those gators fast, for sure.
It is. It's a fun campus. We stayed there when I worked for Bounce last summer. We worked in the Baptist building, which is like in downtown Dallas. I mean, like it was on Rambler Road.
Okay.
So I mean, it's like in the city, but DBU would let us stay in one of the dorms for free during the week we were training. So we did that, but that summer drove like a company truck, and it was this massive truck. I've never driven anything. Like, I've driven a Mini Cooper and my Nissan Sentra and a Kia Soul. So it was much bigger than anything I'd ever encountered
for sure.
in my entire life. And so it was fun, though, to like whip that big thing around. We would drive around campus because two of the guys we worked with they went to school at DBU, so they were showing us around different things.
So you got to see all the brownstones and the townhomes and the Mooyah.
Campus.
You got to see the Mooyah down by the volleyball courts.
And they were like, I don't remember what apartment this guy was in, but he's like, mine isn't the nicer, apartment. I was like, this is a million times nicer than the roach-infested apartment I'm living in. This is so nice. Like, what in the world are you talking about?
Yeah, so DBU has like several different levels. And like I had buddies that lived in the brownstones, and the brownstones were like the top of the top.
Yeah.
Like had granite countertops in the bathrooms, like super
It's
nice.
the same system like New York is. Like if you're in a New York brownstone, you're living the life, and then you go down from there.
They had DBU has the brownstones, and then they have townhomes, and then they have apartments, and then they have the dorms. Yeah. So you don't want to be in the dorms on DBU's campus.
No one anywhere wants to be in the dorms. For real.
But some people would stay in there all 4 years and would stay in the dorms all 4 years. It's crazy. But in my apartment at DBU, though, I lived in 2 different apartments, and both of my apartments had 5 guys in them. So it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with 5 guys. So
intense.
the brownstones are 3-bedroom, 3-bath with 7 people in them. So they're like
they make use of the thing
they
then.
make use of
Okay.
the space, but
That's nice.
they also charge you bukus of money.
I'm sure they do.
Bukus of money. Like my rent, I think for my 5-person apartment was $365. So 5 guys paying $365 a month
For 5, that's a
for a 2-bedroom,
Ooh.
2-bath apartment. That's $1,500 a month. That's more than Allie and I's mortgage.
Yeah.
Like that's
a
crazy.
lot.
So they were making bank, and that's how they were getting out of debt, right?
Yeah.
So Dr. Cook came in '88 and took DBU, like they were like 18 million in the red, and then he took them all the way into the black and was like, "Oh, this is crazy." But so so DBU is a great place to go though, because they make a lot of money, but that means that they spend a lot of money on their students.
They do. They have nice resources.
Yeah, they have a ton of stuff going on. It's a great campus. Baylor also is a great campus and a great like a ton of stuff to do for the students. Yeah. So even though that they're a little more expensive, they are great places to go.
And they're both ready and willing to dole out scholarship money.
Yeah,
I mean, it's almost hard nowadays, even at private school, maybe even more so at private schools. Like they are ready and willing to give you lots and lots of money.
Yeah, I got a 30% scholarship. Like, and all I had to do was talk to some admissions counselor about how, like, I became a Christian, and that was it. It was called the Christian Leadership Scholarship. I had to take a 0 credit hour class my freshman year to take it, and and it was a 0 credit hour class, but you had to pass it. And a D is passing in college. Guess what I got? A D minus. Like
nice time,
I passed it. So I hated
especially
that class.
Being a ministry student, it's like ministerial alliance, and I got
you
additional
can
money
do different,
for
sure.
being in that there are
the
so
Baptist
many.
General Convention, like the BGCT
Being a Baptist
ministerial
at a Baptist
grant.
private school, man, they'll hook you up.
So I think Allie and I, neither one of us have any student debt, like, which is amazing, right? But nice. I think we only paid like $2,000 for. I have 3 degrees, and we only paid like $2,000 for all of it because I had so much scholarship money.
Yeah,
and so it was fantastic. So I worked like all throughout college, basically to pay rent, pay gas, pay for any food that I wanted to eat, like whether it was cooking it or fast food, and then anything that I wanted to do on top of that. Like some of my friends were like, "Jake, how are you saving all this money?" Like, because I was saving like $1,000 a month. Yeah. I was working like 40 hours a week. I was saving like $1,000 a month. I paid cash for Allie's engagement ring, like, and they were like, "Oh man," they were like, "How are you doing this?" And I was like, I just applied for scholarships. Like, but seriously, whenever you're going to college, wherever it is, make sure you're applying for scholarships and taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
We went way off on, like, we didn't have anything planned for this live stream, but we went like through making disciples. We talked about scholarships. We talked about the greatest thing we did this week. We talked about the price of golf carts, how fast a mule would go.
You needed to know.
Like, so much stuff.
Asking the real questions.
Yeah, we went through some good stuff today. So hopefully you got something out of today, whether or not it was silly, or hopefully it just made you laugh, or just think about some different things. So we love you guys. We can't wait to see you again in person. We have some different things that we're going to be doing once the summer starts. And so so that we can be able to see you in person. If you missed Sunday's sermon, Pastor Josh revealed, showed us, told us about our church's plans to go back to in-person stuff. So June 7th is the first time we're going to offer an in-person worship service. So stay in tune to more details about that. You can actually go to cabcwaco.org/reopening and look at that, and look at our reopening updates and that kind of stuff.
It's on the app as well.
It is on the app.
I was getting notifications.
You can look at that on the CABC app as well. So you can get that at the App Store or Google Play, wherever you find your fancy, I guess, whatever you find your fancy. So we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Cecily's going to host tomorrow, and that's going to be great. We don't know what the plan is for Wednesday yet. Thursday, Parker and Cecily are going to host our worship. Did I say Parker and Catherine? Did I say Parker and Cecily? Parker and Catherine.
I would love to sing with Parker, more than anything. but Parker and Catherine.
Parker and Catherine, yeah. Catherine and Parker are still in Amarillo, even so. It would be impressive if we could get Parker and Cecily
Really
to sing
intense
together.
thing, yeah.
But Parker and Catherine are going to host on Thursday. Friday, I will host, and so we're excited about that. We love you guys. Have a great week and have fun. Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Bye.